Hello everybody, welcome back. This is John with Glass Games, or welcome for your first time. This is your first time viewing. This is Factorio episode 22. I actually already did 21 at the time of this recording. I just haven't edited it yet. I'm going to try to record at least a couple episodes. These further episodes are going to be a little bit more contained. Last episode I got a little bit of a fragmented bus system going. It's not really a good bus. Probably will tweak it a little bit in the future, but for right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get myself a big miner drill production up. I'm going to be able to get the miner drills right here, and actually really what I could do is just take these straight from here and perhaps move this over here, so this is fine. We should be fine. The one thing that I'm a little bit perplexed on, that unfortunately I can't do too much about right now, or at least immediately, is all this stone needs to be it needs to go. It's all in the way. But hey, we can make some landfill. So let's just do that. All this is going to be like 48 landfill. All this. So something I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have myself some belt production here. We're going to have a regular transport belt, and then we're going to have our fast transport belt. We're going to need lubricant. So lubricant is absolutely a must. The problem with lubricant is we really don't have much of a good system here. This is going to get revamped. And now what we can do after this is we'll place that there. Stop preparing. No, stop it. Oh my god. I spend more and more time on these planets, so I spend less time on Nauvis. Alright, so we're going to have a little bit more production on the plates, which is something I absolutely want. Turbo transport belts. Hello. Look at that. Yeah, so this landfill is a really good solution. If you ever are wondering what to do, use landfill. I need to combine the technologies. I don't know about biochambers where that can combine with these, at least right off the bat, but let's start combining technology. So we're going to go to Fulgora. That's going to be the approach of this episode. We're going to combine technology, that way we can actually utilize all of the, and I just realized something, we don't have any productivity on any of this. How dare us not have any productivity on stuff that we could have productivity on. Productivity is everything. Productivity is key. And it's also how we lose energy. We use all the energy up. We need more energy. We need better production of tungsten plates. I feel like we don't have enough. We can go ahead and get coal liquefaction and artillery out of the way. Yeah, we're definitely easily... Yeah, we hit 500 science per minute easily with that. Basically, all my science is easy. Right now, science is easy. I'm using air quotes on Fulgora, but I have too many bottlenecks, and I have potential for bottlenecks on Vulcanus, although Vulcanus seems to be doing pretty good. I want to say Gleba is not too much of a problem. It's just you got... the biggest issue I'm having with Gleba is... available space, and I need to do that. That's going to be a whole episode in itself, maybe two, depending on what I'm doing. But this episode is going to be expanding my work here because I have cliff explosives now. Can I make them over here? Ooh, wow. So not that it's something that I'm going to be able to do, or at least directly, but I don't think we can get carbon on this planet. There is no coal on this planet, and the only way to make coal, if we don't have coal, is coal synthesis, which requires carbon and sulfur. We can get sulfur, but we don't have coal, or we don't have carbon. There's no way we can directly get carbon on this planet. I looked at Factoriopedia, seeing if there's any way to replicate it. Obviously, you have burnt spoilage, which can get you carbon, but we're not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to be making explosives or cliff explosives on this planet, which is okay, I suppose. I'll allow it. But I'm a little disappointed. I was thinking I was going to be able to make myself a cliff explosive. Now, you probably would be able to make cliff explosives via pulling carbon from your freighter, but I just feel like that's not... No. Man, it's been staring me in the face. This is Holmium right here. How do I do this to myself to where I mess... Oh my god. And there we go. Okay, that was a fix that I could have fixed. I didn't even have to come here. Well, you know what? To be fair, We have... Look at all this stuff that's stacked that was just sitting. I might redo this again. I just might redo this again. This is all the whole learning process. You know, some people don't like watching people learn. They just want to see the end product. And to me, it's all about the journey. Still like this better than what I had, but it's still not. I'm going to have to move this production again. If I want this to be, this is my problem. I mean, if we look at all the different planets I go to, and the way I build is I build myself into a corner, and I don't allow myself for more room. I don't allow myself for more space. So we look at Gleba, the planet I haven't been on for a good while, and you look at this, and this is kind of, I mean, it's not bad, but look, I don't have any way to expand the bioflux production. If I wanted to go up here, I can't, because here is my circuit production right here. Now, some of it I don't mind because it allows me to try to get creative in building in smaller spaces, but who says I need to build with the limit? Like, if I want to expand production, I have limited myself here, and I've actually had this issue in another game, which is funny. It's Minecraft. I used to play Minecraft a lot. I might still do that, maybe, if y'all want to see that as a series. But I would be building a base and then build myself a perimeter wall that eventually became, it's like, oh, I need to expand, and, well, I already built the wall. So I could break it down. It just takes a lot. But that's the beauty about this game. You can take everything down, just start from scratch if you need to. And I mean, if we look at this production, this is very small production, but it is production. And we have a full belt of metallurgical science, so we're good on that front. Nauvis is probably the most refined base, but of course it is because I've spent the most time on it. I decided to go ahead and take away everything that was in this area and move it. It's kind of like, you know, how Patrick Star suggests, why don't we just take the entire town and move it somewhere else? By the way, I'm moving a little bit faster now, if you can't tell. I moved my operations elsewhere because I felt like it was more of a fit over here. And as you can see, it's a little bit better. I got 4 of these different little sorters instead of 2. And I have 3 science packs being made. Of course, now they're actually waiting on of all things batteries. We're waiting on batteries. One of the things I will do before I get some more technologies over here is I'm going to get myself a little bit of just some Holmium, just a constant source of Holmium brought over here. Now, how I'm going to do that is I saw, you know, some videos and some people doing it this way. They just have like a island where all they get is Holmium. It's a lot quicker than it can ever receive batteries. So yeah, we're at that problem now. Here, we're gonna go ahead and take that. It's probably not going to fit in my inventory. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. Oh god, they're giving me everything. The drone swarm, they're all trying to attack me. This whole swarm of bees are just going everywhere. And, all this stuff. Yeah, we have all this scrap right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this scrap and we're going to take some big miner drills. We have just one. But I'm going to take some big miner drills and oh my god. I'm out of batteries, so I can no longer... I got to let my battery charge up. I can't... I got to walk normal? What do you mean I got... This is so slow. This is unacceptable. Look how slow this is. Is this how people have to walk when they start the game? Have I forgotten that? Too slow. This is unacceptable. I need to speak to your manager now. Okay, so I have a little bit of production here. I got 6 big miner drills here, 6 big miner drills here, and they all add to this array of recyclers, which are adding all here, and I'm just kind of recycling everything into oblivion. Save for any Holmium, which we have a little bit right here, but this is not going to be good enough. I'm going to need multiple islands where I'm doing this. So I got some batteries coming. It's quite a bit right here. And I also got a good bit of Holmium. And I think taking the batteries out of here is going to allow the flow to go just a little bit quicker. Alright, so I have Fulgora here going pretty well, except for the fact that I don't actually have a way to get this over here, but even now, as it seems, I have ran out of room. I have plenty of Fulgorian science, and one of the things I need to do, and I still steel. What do you mean you don't have steel? I have a lot of just random buildings being built over here, but that being said, I think I made a mistake, whereas I didn't build any chests of whatever. I don't know, but we are getting. Oh, hey, look at that! We got some quality module level. Whoa, we got 5 quality module 3 that are epic. We got 5 of them. We got 3 of them here. Wow. Huh. Which, if I'm not mistaken, this needs a lot of steel. Yeah, it needs 50 steel, so it's going to take a while, but we're going to have electromagnet plants being made in the background. I kind of want to fill up a chest of all the different buildings. In Vulcanus, I don't have foundries being made, but I do have miner drills. Foundries are definitely something I need to make more of. But my genius decided to, once again, put the bots, the construction bots, in a normal chest. I don't even know why, but where am I at right now? I'm on Nauvis. I brought some big miner drills to my next coal production because if we look over at my main base, I say my main base, this is just my start. But as you can see, this line right here, this is where my coal used to be, and it'll be going into my military science. I no longer have military science in production right now because I don't have any coal, and therefore I also don't have, at least right now, I don't have any more rockets being added to here. And I need to fix my defense. This is old. Like, this is, like, all the biters are green. They're all green, and I have green ammo. They're evenly matched. I need to have no spaces in between. None. And I need to bring some Tesla turrets that I've been producing over at Fulgora. So where I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to, I'm going to continue working on combining the technologies from different planets and seeing how I can optimize, like, just production. But that being said, somebody pointed this out in the comments, and I am aware. These labs are not helping me at all right now. So right now I have all these, they're just idle. They're not doing anything. I'm just using the biolabs because the biolabs only use 50%. Only 50% drain means that I don't waste as much on here. Eventually these are going to be replaced with more biolabs. I just haven't done it yet. What I need to do is I need to go to Gleba, which if we look over there, sad wasteland that just, yeah. Oh yeah, and the blueprint of a nuclear power plant that I was going to do because the heating tower setup is nice and all, but I eventually want to go nuclear on all the planets just because I feel like that's an easy way to go. The only problem with that is you got to bring the fuel, and sometimes I say sometimes, every time I'm very forgetful. I'm just a very forgetful person. I apologize for that. But we have plenty of seeds to jumpstart our base. The problem with Gleba, as it stands, is I don't have a lot of space available. There's a lot of real estate over here. And now I think about it, there's not a lot of real estate at all. Maybe just some over here that I could use artificial soil. That's the big kicker. I need artificial soil. Either that or going to further locations. But I mean, I'm just looking at what we got. It's like, I don't know, maybe. Like, if I have pentapod eggs going, that's the biggest thing. If I have pentapod eggs going, yeah. But if not, it can kind of sustain itself for the most part. But it's just, you got to figure out that. I've never been able to figure out how to manage the waste flow. Like, there's just always too much of it. And then because, like, everything turns to spoilage, and I'm not using it at the moment. These other planets have a lot of base level production. None of them have any major, like, none of them have the degree to which this is. Like, this whole setup here. None of them, like, none of the planets right now, other than Nauvis, have all the base sciences that I can make. I could probably make them, but, like, my thing is, I feel like, yes, I can make them. That might actually be beneficial for me to bring biolabs, just to take them to different planets, and no matter what, I'm having research happening. But the thing about that is, I gotta have that production. I gotta have a setup like this to where I know I can get all the resources, I can get all the defenses, especially on Gleba. I mean, this is just, clearly this is not the size that I have on Nauvis. This is like a little mini base. Probably not the best way to end this episode, but at the same token, I think it's going to be like a two-parter. So yeah, I think that the big thing here is that I need to come back to Nauvis and maybe do a little bit of touch-ups here and get the foundry going. All the foundries going and combining the technologies. That's been this episode, trying to combine tech and trying to use different tech on different planets. I haven't even scratched the surface yet, but yeah, just getting started, I think.